Hi, this is Fred, FR5ED, Silent 5, with a beer review. And before I dive into this, just a couple of notes. And one is I did finally start brewing my own beer. I have two fermenters working away right now. My very first brew is an oatmeal stout, and my second brew that I did 2 days later is an American Pale Ale. They are both sitting at 67 degrees in the fermentation chamber right now. And that brings me to my second point. I actually named my home brewery. It's called, guess what? It's called Silent 5 Brewing. How appropriate. Anyway, I have a logo, started a website and everything. It's not ready for prime time, so I'll be announcing that. I'll have my own YouTube channel just for Silent 5 Brewing. Has its own website, just like Craft Beer Adventures does. So therefore, I'll probably have a separate Facebook page and Twitter account and all that. I'll keep them separate in my mind right now. Craft Beer Adventures for the exploring of commercial. When I say commercial, I'm talking craft breweries, but the microbreweries out there, that are official businesses. And Silent 5 Brewing will be about my adventures as a home brewer. I'll be documenting some of the brews that I do, how they turn out, some of the equipment, that sort of thing, in the blog there. And anything I blog there will post right to the Facebook page, just like right now, any video that I do here or any blog that I do, posts to the Facebook page as well. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking right now, is I'll keep the two separate. So anyway, you're here for a beer review. This is Gran Sport Porter from Co-op Ale Works, and that's in Oklahoma. Not sure the exact city, but it was brought to me, a 4-pack of this was brought to me by my nephew and his family and his wife. I can't say their two small sons, contributed to this, so Stephen and Mindy brought me this. I've already had 2 out of the 4. This is my 3rd one. It's been many weeks since I've had one. But before they were gone, I want to make sure I review it. This is a 4-pack of 16-ounce cans. It's 5.2 ABV, and it rates over on, let's see, where am I? Let's go to Rate Beer. This is 43 reviews, so not a lot, but it's an 84 overall and a 79 in style. It doesn't sound super great. And on Beer Advocate, it came in at a 90, after 25 reviews, 90. So, it's got, some decent to fairly decent reviews as far as the numbers turn out. And here's the commercial description, which is on both the websites and on the can, so you can't miss it. It says, Gran Sport is a robust porter marked by its finesse and distinct malt backbone. Aromatic notes of chocolate and roasted coffee complement the full-bodied mouthfeel derived from a healthy addition of oat flakes. Dark, roasty, malty, splendid. So there's your commercial description. I've been letting it warm up here for about 10 minutes. Interestingly, since it's got oats in it, some may want to call it an oatmeal porter perhaps, but oats are added whenever, to whatever degree, to add head retention, to smooth out the flavor, to give it a heavier mouthfeel, a creamier mouthfeel. Doesn't add anything to the fermentable components when you're brewing. But anyway, so let's pour this, and I brought a snifter to pour this into. Oh, look, it's dark. All right. I'm not going to try to pour the whole thing in there. I want to leave some room for aroma. Anyway, it seems to be well carbonated. Only got about a 1-finger head from that, and it's medium density. It's not a super dense head at all. All right, and holding it up to the light, whatever the SRMs, it's up there in the top end of the range because it's very dark. It's hard to even see any light through it. So anyway, I'm going to smell this now. Yes, it's got a, you definitely get the roasted coffee, dark chocolate notes from all the roasted malts. But there is still a sweet aroma to it. Almost like a Russian Imperial Stout, it smells like it's going to be sweet. Almost a, and That could be from the malts, but I think some of the sweet aroma is also maybe from the hops. Doesn't mention what they used. Let me swirl that up and get one more smell. Yes, it's almost a fruity sweet grape, not like a purple grape, but maybe a white grape. Just a nice sweet fruit aroma, but really punctuated with the dark roasted malt, getting some coffee. And they have a version of this where they actually have coffee in it, I believe. This is not it, but you still get the dark roasted, which gives you black coffee and dark chocolate aromas. So I'm going to taste it now. That's the palate cleanser. It's plenty carbonated. I'd almost prefer less carbonation in really dark beers like porters and stouts. But anyway, it's an American porter. That doesn't say American porter here, but over on Beer Advocate it did call it an American porter, I believe. Yes, it did. So what does it mean to be an American porter? Well, for one thing, I would expect maybe more carbonation and more hops. Just a thought. I've got a lot of residual. I haven't mentioned the taste yet. So let me get one more sip. But I'm still, let me work backwards. This has been, about a minute since I took that sip. Residual, I have the dark roasted black coffee type flavors. Tiny bit of hop bitterness. A little bit of like wood in there. I don't know if it's, I'm not going to call it oak or pine or cypress or mahogany, but there's a wood component. Okay, this is complex. There is definitely some sweetness here. It's more than just a very, tiny, minuscule amount. There's some sweetness there. To balance, for me, now this is going to sound funny to say it's dry at the same time. Those oats will give it not an astringent taste, but it will give it a drier sense. So it's got a sweetness with a dry sensation. Crazy. Now, definitely the dark roasted malts are there. What else is there? Well, there's that. I don't know if they had oak chips or anything in this, but I'm getting some woodiness in the aroma and the flavor. I'm getting that coffee dark roasted malt flavor. I'm getting sweetness. I'm getting some dryness, from the oatmeal. The mouthfeel, it's a little above medium. It's not a heavy mouthfeel, but certainly those oats are adding some creaminess. Didn't do much for the head retention. So it's not a large amount of oats, I wouldn't imagine. But it's good. And I know it gets better as it warms up. I remember that. It's already, I should have brought my thermometer. Got to remember to do that. I'm guessing we're into, we're low 50s now. But it's really enjoyable. It's only 5.2% ABV. So, it's on the lower range of the ABV range. So you could have a couple of these in an evening probably and be all right. It is nice. It's a good sipper. I'm going to enjoy sipping the rest of this. Very, very nice. I like. So again, this is Gran Sport Porter from Co-op Ale Works from Oklahoma. And this is Fred, FR5ED, over and out.